What's up, everybody? I'm sick of September too, and I didn't do the monthlies, and we might as well see what's going on for October, right? Me too. It would be nice if things work out better. So what are your guys' signs so we can get an idea of where to start? Because I feel like Libra. What a message for the sign of Libra for October 2018. Well, it looks like some of you are still in a cycle. Looks like with the earth sign. Someone is either putting time into this. There could be an air sign, or this is just your energy. I think that if you're, when it comes to all things love, it's being guided. And I would just make sure you're manifesting the right things into your life. The Knight of Cups just flew out along with the rest of the deck. The Devil card. Because I think Libra took some losses. Libra wants to be happy. Libra wants the 10 of Cups. But Libra also is bored, sad, like you lost something. Maybe there was someone who was juggling, but I see that changing. Or maybe this is just you wanting to change some things in your life when it comes to happiness, when it comes to things in your life. You know, deciding on a direction, whether it's 3 different directions. I think that some of you guys aren't talking to someone. Some of you guys maybe notice some things about a fire sign you're dealing with. There could be a fire sign that's kind of pushing you guys away. Someone is learning a lesson, whether maybe this is just keeping the right boundaries because we've learned this lesson, you know, moving in towards different energy out of the things that were negative, because there was a transformation here. Wanting an equal give and take with something. Maybe this is about getting financial help. Maybe this is about getting it on your own. If you guys aren't communicating with an earth sign, it's because they're working on their money. They're coming into money. Theirs might be kind of have their back turned towards you, but it's more about them kind of gaining something in their life. And it's not necessarily another person. It's that they're trying to build up their finances. If you're dealing with a water sign, I think that their emotions are kind of blocked off. They're being really stubborn. They don't really want to talk about things. But the main issue is that there were some losses here. Somebody put a lot of time into something that was pretty fucking toxic at the end there. You know, Libras got pretty fucked up. But we know now that there's certain things that we can't have in our lives that aren't going to bring us stability. Some of us are walking away from a marriage. Maybe it has something to do with stability as a whole, realizing that things that start and stop really fast aren't going to bring stability. Manifesting the right things in, because there was a lesson learned. Could have been with a Pisces. You guys need to trust your intuition. There was an ending, you know, there was a pretty toxic shit. You guys are moving away from it. You're building. Some of you guys could be going back to school. Some of you guys are learning a new way to start things, you know, having this new beginning. You might have more than one choice. Realizing that the things that had you stuck in your head really weren't. You can go and do whatever it is that you want to do. There's a cycle that some of you guys are in because you're comfortable. There's someone that you guys truly love that you can't walk away from, and it's because it's divinely guided. So they're asking you to rest, let them take care of it. When it comes to a relationship, when it comes to A fire sign, maybe some of you guys are getting out of a relationship. Maybe it's time to make the decision about this because this person has their back turned towards you for whatever reason. I do see, you know, standing in this power with the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands, knowing what you want, going for it. Making the decisions for your life to no longer be sad about things that you lost. It's over with now. Moving out of that energy instead of sitting here by yourself, moving out of it. That's over, done. We're not going to let it affect us anymore. You know, this is being stable. This is offering love to someone. For some of you, this is walking away. For some of you, this is a soulmate that you are going to be reconnected with. Someone that you were with a long time. Someone that you care a lot about. Some people are doing things on their own at this point. They are realizing that it doesn't take another person to be who you want to be. That you can be this empress and not everyone needs to know about it. That either way, the roses are going to grow here. You know what I'm saying? With or without people, because you're done fighting for them. You know what it is you want. You're not taking any bullshit at this point. You weighed the scales. This is you and your power. Walking away from people that you. For some of you, it is a fire sign. For some of you, this is realizing there's situations that there is no going back from. That this is something that maybe you made the wrong decision. You're not going to wait for this anymore. That you can have love, but you're going to have to work on it. I did the sign of Libra. What are the messages for the sign of Gemini for October? Ooh, I wouldn't even shuffle. 2018. Gemini is dealing with a soulmate too that you are not really speaking to about what it is that you truly want. For some of you, you want to invest in something. I think that there could be an ending to a marriage for some of you guys. There's just some kind of stability that's off and it was kind of fucking up your energy. I see you balancing it out in October, moving in a direction, even if that means turning your back on things, speaking your truth to people, especially the ones that are toxic in your life. There's some of you guys are dealing with the narcissist. And I think that there's a level of confusion, but you're coming out of that. You're realizing that there were some things that needed to change. There's some things you need to work on, whether it's in yourself or another person. Having this stability back, but along with that, it's making a decision. And it has something to do with a soulmate for some of you guys. Some of you guys don't want to fight anymore. Some of you guys are walking away from this. You don't want to fight about the same shit anymore. You're trying to be stable. You're trying to keep yourself stable. Whatever this was, maybe with a fire sign, you're just not having it. You're cutting them out. You're saying, you know, I know what I want. I know what I'm going to get. And that's walking away. You're trusting your intuition, walking away from toxic things and people, turning your back on things. There's some of you guys are going through a pretty big transformation. So you can figure out what you want because there's some things you don't know. And there's love being offered here. But you're going to have to make a choice about what it is that you want. And I see it going in your favor, whatever it is, choice that you make. But you are going to be walking away from someone. It could be a water sign for some of you. Some of you guys are dealing with someone who has their back turned towards you. Someone who doesn't want to fight for this anymore. Someone made a decision and that just They could be lying about something. There's a level of depression here. I think that it's something you thought was going to make you happy, but you waited a long time and it just didn't. There was a lesson here. There's a cycle could be restarting. It's going to be up to you when you weigh those scales out and you make it. Is it there for everyone involved? Some of you guys are putting time into something where it's not going to grow. You took a loss and you realize that now. And I don't think you're sad about it. I think that you've accepted the things that were in your life that just didn't work out. But along with accepting that comes, getting out of these negative thought patterns and investing in the right things. There is a new beginning here. Recognizing that, you probably offer love or vice versa. And at the end of the day, you still have those 2 cups behind you and you're going to be happy. But it might involve cutting off communication with someone. It might be pulling away your emotions away from someone that no longer serves you. No longer being stressed out. Realizing you can be the empress of your own life. Bring in the right things. Put the time in. It's been done. So you can move forward. I see love here. It's kind of a Netflix and chill, but it's still an offer. Maybe by a younger water sign for some of you. These are the messages for the sign of Aquarius for the month of October 2018. Some of you guys are working a lot. Some of you guys want to have a new beginning. Some of you guys need to cut some people out of your life to have this new beginning. I see you getting out of some toxic energy. Could be with the Capricorn. But it's also accepting that you guys as well took some losses. Moving out of the negative energy, the negative headspace, and realizing that for a lot of people, you saw things how you wanted to. And when you take a second to change the way you think about things and what you really see when you take that blindfold off, it wasn't what you thought it was. There's an ending here. Some of you guys were betrayed by someone that you cared a lot about. Someone that you know that you need to move away from. Someone that maybe never opened up to you or you didn't open up to them. Someone that was really one-sided. Realizing you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but it's realizing that there's new directions, that some people are more willing to change things, more things need to go so things can come back better, but actually getting on the horse and making that decision for yourself. Which way are you going to go instead of living in lack? Standing in your power and healing yourself. Renewing the right things. For a lot of you, you need to renew parts of yourself. There needs to be a lot of healing from within you for the people that have hurt you. If you really want to have the love you're looking for, you need to heal yourself first. And realize the things that you've been pouring into, maybe in the past, what your focus was on maybe didn't work out. But this is your card, so this is you and your power. This is you making that choice, standing on that throne. Could live at a distance from someone. Maybe this is starting a new cycle, but at the same time, it's putting work into something, making the decision. There's a water sign that maybe when it could be a Libra for some of you guys, but realizing that there are people that probably care a lot about you. There are people where if you really were to get to know them, maybe it would be different. But I feel like someone just has their back turned in some situation and you don't want to fight about it anymore. Because why would you sit here and fight about the same things when you can move in a direction where someone actually gives a fuck about you? You don't want to fight. You learned your lesson. I think that you're ready to make a decision. You don't want to be stuck in the same energy. Could be a fire sign for some of you. Someone that for some reason you're just comfortable with. They're really attractive. They're aware of themselves, and that means a lot to some people, especially all you logical air signs. Doing something that you wanted to do for yourself, not for anybody else, moving in that direction. Could be going back to school, could be learning things a new way, but taking the steps maybe slowly, but in the direction you actually want to go. Not being afraid to cut out any other loose ends that are here. Because there's some things that you will fight for, some things you don't want to fight for anymore. And I think that some of you guys just want to be happy. Have the rainbow, you know, have the fucking 10 cups, because it's been a long time, you know, having that mind space and the heart space to enjoy truly being happy. Because when's the last time you felt that? Moving in a direction, you know, may be fast, but it's also about balancing out a lot of things at the same time. I think some of you guys need to rest. Some of you guys are afraid of so many things that are unknown, but you're stable, maybe more stable than you realize. I think that your focus has been on the things that you've lost, and there's been a lot of really big changes or there will be, and you didn't see this coming. So whatever this is, it could be an ending to all these things that you lost. So then there is growth and expansion here, but you have to take off this blindfold and stop thinking so negatively. Stop thinking you're stuck and tied and bound to things. When you look around, who's keeping this person here? I don't see anybody. I think you're getting rid of some negative ways of thinking, realizing that maybe you have a soulmate, and getting out of this energy of focusing on the things that you lost and realizing what's in front of your face, what you still have. Yeah, you guys got your heart broken pretty bad. Maybe someone you love chose another person, and it's been a continuous cycle of fuckery. Probably for the last 3 years, it hit you the hardest. Manifesting the right things into your life, and that's a stable relationship, that's an engagement, that's whatever, happiness, something stable, folks. Shit. No longer putting energy into people who want to argue. Healing, happiness. What do you want? Money. 7 of Swords, I'd watch out for somebody from stealing. I don't know. Somebody stole something from you. Could be someone that you trusted. Could be a Gemini. You guys are really stressed out. You're carrying everything on your own back, and you don't even really realize that maybe there's some people in your corner, some people on your side. Maybe you just feel this way, that nobody gives a fuck. Because if you look at the card, there is someone standing there, isn't there? But you're still trying to do everything yourself. How's that going? There's love being offered here. But some of you guys are just you don't want this cup of love from this person. This is something you've already, whatever situation this is, you don't want it. You're bored. You know how it ends. You feel like it's going to end the same way. So you want to take a new direction. And that means moving away, maybe from a Cancer for some of you. Because you're tired of feeling this, like you're waiting for something that could potentially make you happy, but you've been waiting for a long time. And all this person never does is leave. So you're cutting the ties, having a new beginning, even if it's on your own. I think you're confused. You need to trust your intuition. If you're dealing with a, excuse me, a fire sign, they're very unbalanced. And they don't like other people giving you attention. And this person has some things that they need to change in themselves. And I think that you're ready to speak up. You're ready to say something about this. Or maybe this is knowing what it is that you want now. Maybe not being so logical, allowing yourself to have some fun and just offer your love to somebody. But here we are, stuck in our heads about whatever fighting there is going on. But I think that you're done fighting, aren't you? Someone's done fighting. Someone doesn't want to fight anymore. You need to make a decision between some people. It looks like that you don't want to make this decision. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So you'd rather not make any decisions, but at the same time, it's kind of fucking with your stability, low-key. I think that you're scared to make a decision. You're scared to make the wrong decision. But you have learned from the past. It doesn't always have to be the same things happening, even though that's kind of what it's been. That maybe you can manifest in a stable relationship. But that does mean walking away, cutting communication with some people in your life who are pretty much all about, well, she don't have any clothes on, so you fill in the blank. What it is you want for your life. Someone's lying about something. Making a decision. Moving towards someone. Some of you guys are no longer want to be burdened with a connection. Could be with a Gemini, and you are bored with another connection from the past. So you feel like you're stuck and that you're juggling. Maybe you're trying to make a decision, but I think that you need to rest a little bit before you make any ton of decisions, because the way that you're thinking about things really isn't clear. But I do see you moving away from things and good things coming in. But don't be so stuck in your ways. Maybe go on vacation. And like, things can happen in an that maybe the way that you've done things wasn't the right, whatever way you were taught to do things. Maybe there's another way to do things and you're not really sure how to do things in a different way. You'd rather just keep it to yourself and not talk about it or hold on to things, whatever it is that y'all are doing. But I mean, I know you want to be happy, and I think that you can be, but you need to work on it. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on the situation. Understand that things only really work out when you work on them together with another person. If you do it all yourself, then whose energy is that? How could you make that work with another person? One person can't do everything all the time. That's just like controlling and stubborn. And I think that you've done everything for someone in the past and all they did was break your heart, and you don't want to go through that again. Because I think you know what you want to do. I think you're going to have a plan in October. You're actually going to do it. It might involve a conversation. It might involve making a decision about a Scorpio or letting things go that needed to go. I see people being jealous of any kind of attention that you get. And I think that's why it's difficult for you to make a decision. I think some of you guys are waiting for someone from your past or in your life to just have things be equal. You're waiting for them to kind of get their shit together, but I don't know. Someone you guys have a child with. Someone's definitely holding on to you, and someone's in love with you for sure. But you need to make a choice. There's people trying, you have angels and stuff, but I feel like there's some things that you're doing in your life that maybe needed to end. There's something you're going to be seeing in October that's going to help you make your decision, especially when it comes to stability. For some of you guys, you're dealing with a Virgo or another earth sign. Someone's really about themselves. Someone could be having a baby. Someone wants to move forward, but it's like they're getting all the wrong kind of attention, or someone's jealous, something along that line. But I feel like maybe you're dealing with a Leo or someone who wants to offer you love, or maybe you want to offer love, but you don't know how. So you're just kind of nerdy on a horse. But I think that you should trust your intuition, because some of you guys aren't. And once you trust your intuition, like, I think you second guess it, you're going to figure out like what it is that you want. So you can move forward out of this heartbreak and into this happiness that you want. I did the air signs. So Queen of Cups, so we'll do the water signs next. You're welcome. I feel like some of the water signs have been really confused lately. Some of the water signs are like second guessing themselves about their decisions in love. Is it love? Is it lust? How does this other person feel? There's definitely been some toxic energy that some of us are walking away from, and it's going to bring on this clarity. There could be someone you're dealing with that was non-committal in the past. They had too many options. Maybe this person's trying to tame themselves and the reasons why they were like that. Someone's really afraid of being left. So they kind of keep a couple options open. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, they're never by themselves. And I feel like that's how this person's been most of their life. There's the level of being emotionally unbalanced and doing sneaky things. But I don't see us really putting up with it anymore. Like, this is over for us. There's some things that we realize, especially when it comes to happiness. And I think that we know what we want. And for some of us who could be dealing with a fire sign who's far away, could be dealing with an air sign who isn't saying shit. It looks like they have the potential to be loyal, but are they? I see a crab and 2 dogs with the moon. So is it a Cancer, or is it just like figuring out the common ground when it comes to loyalty with someone and kind of speaking that out, like having that conversation about being on the same page, especially when it comes to loyalty? What do you consider cheating? That type of shit. I think that we've had enough of this energy of things falling apart, people being shady. We're ready to manifest the right things, and it's being guided. It's an infinity symbol. So, I mean, it's being worked out. I feel like it's definitely Aquarius for some of you. But What do you want to fight for? What do you want to walk away from? I think that we're fighting for something. Some of us might be fighting for a new beginning. Somebody might be coming back to fight for us after this ending, because this is where they're comfortable. This is what usually happens. But it's like, then here's this air sign that maybe we have to make a decision about. Maybe the communication's an issue. Maybe there's some things that need to be healed. But I feel like we're balanced, but we're not talking about our feelings because we've been hurt, so we don't talk about it anymore. Cancer, I think that you're making a decision. Some of you guys are going to have a new beginning with, or maybe you're finally getting your new beginning that have been seeing forever, and it's with someone you're married to. They're finally going to invest like they needed to a long time ago. Some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign who needed to learn something, but they need to learn it on their own. I still see this energy. Someone's still in this energy of needing to learn things on their own, how to be independent. And that's why they needed to leave. That's why this love is no longer here. I think that for some of you guys, there was a soulmate here, but it's like some of us need to walk away from that and have the right boundaries for the things in our life, because who's carrying all this at the end of the day, you know? And it's like, yeah, they probably were our soulmate and they don't want anyone else to have us, but we want love. We want the right things to be offered to us, you know? Our intuition's on point. We're going to know when the bullshit's here. We're not saying much about it, but we know a direction that we want to go. Could be with the Leo, could be with the fire sign, or maybe this sleepy ass air sign who works all the time. I see earth sign energy. Someone is dealing with their other half. And the Wheel of Fortune moving in your favor. But you're going to have to work together. Some of you guys are going to find out. You're going to have a conversation about someone who had a baby with someone else. And you're going to have to decide for yourself if you still want to stay or if you want to go. And I don't think you're ready to make that decision, whoever this is. Because a lot of things were done out of passion. A lot of things were done immaturely. A lot of feelings were immature. And someone ended up alone. So I feel like there's going to be some things ending. There's soulmate energy here, but it's going to involve a conversation. Who are we going to offer our love to? Could be a Libra, but somebody's dealing with a shady-ass Libra. Somebody's offering love to an air sign. There is a shady-ass air sign with the Libra card next to it that someone's dealing with. And I see a change of direction here when it comes to something that maybe someone left, maybe someone will be leaving after they hear about what was done. I see a lot of fighting around a situation where someone put a lot of time into something, but they're dealing with someone who's very controlling and not moving on anything. They're stuck in their ways. And as much as you want to keep the blindfold on and see things like in a better way, it's not going to change. This person chooses to see things that way. This person chooses to think that way. They don't plan on changing at all. So maybe there is going to be an earth sign coming in to offer a relationship with some truth, but then you also have the Ace of Wands, more than one offer. Something was definitely was a divorce. There was some kind of bankruptcy, whatever the case may be, that left somebody pretty fucked up and working on regaining their stability. but they don't want to fight for things anymore, especially things that just keep falling apart because they're not built on the right foundation. We've learned a lesson about what true happiness is, and we're moving forward. Maybe with someone at a distance, or maybe this is a new cycle beginning, not being stuck in the old ones. What are the messages for the Sun of Cancer for October 2018? Cancer, you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're in a situation that you want to move away from, but you love them. I think that you've made a decision about what it is that you want, and you don't want to do things all on your own anymore. There's someone that you're comfortable with, someone you've been with for a long time, who is working on themselves and is going to be investing their time into you. But maybe it's moving out of, there's a marriage here, there's a new beginning, moving out of the negative energy. Figuring out what love is. You know, there were some shady shit going on in the past. I see that ending. There's a new beginning for somebody with an earth sign. I think that it's just really conflicted. You guys want to move away, but then you want to... You're going to have to make a choice. There might be a court involved for some of... But I think this is just about weighing things out, being fair. Could be dealing with the Libra, but knowing what you want, knowing you can get what you want. There's a Leo that's in somebody's life that is working on themselves, but you don't really know if you want to wait around for this anymore, because I think that some of you feel like you can do bad all by yourself. You've been left before, and you can move forward because there's love here, maybe with a Gemini, but I do see this toxic energy ending, and then growth and expansion. But it's involving a conversation with someone that you're moving away from, or maybe someone's moving. You guys are going to be having a conversation with your soulmate. There could have been a baby. I don't want anyone to quote me. But something is going to have you make a decision. For some of you, it might end in heartbreak because of whatever there was done, maybe with an Aquarius. To someone who's all about money, I see you guys moving forward and wanting the loyalty that you deserve. Whether, I don't know who this is, but it's like you're making a decision because you're balanced enough to do that, and you don't want chaotic energy, and you're not afraid to cut it out of your life. To have this conversation like, fuck you, bro, or whoever did this. You know, there's a new beginning here, but it comes with truth being spoken. So some of you guys will be turning your back on an air sign, or vice versa. They're going to be turning their back on you, or there's some mental shit that's back and forth, a little bit bipolar. But I think that you don't want to push people away anymore, but you're still focusing on the things that you lost. There's still a lot of grief here, and I know that it's easier said than done, but it's moving forward into a new direction of happiness. Maybe with a fire sign, Aries, maybe with the Emperor here, stubborn ass fire sign. Or maybe a love offer from an earth sign for some of you, but there's clarity, there's knowing what you want, there's manifesting it, and here's the investment here. Boom, you know, a wish come true with your soulmate. So if you've been wishing for your soulmate to finally make a decision and take this blindfold off, well, I think that they're finally going to do that. What are the messages for the sign of Pisces for the month of October 2018? Pisces wants a new beginning with a Scorpio, maybe. Or you're dealing with an air sign who's a manipulative mother. Yeah, if you're dealing with the air sign, might be time to walk away from that one, my friends, to have this new beginning. Some of you guys want to just do things on your own. Or maybe there's a water sign that's intimidating to you because that they're independent. But I think you're moving in a new direction to offer love. Could be with the Gemini. The Gemini energy is still here. Someone you're holding on to, someone you're not letting go of. Might be some mental issues here, but I think that this person's going to be getting some rest. This person might be getting some mental health services. But moving forward, some of you guys have a fire sign or an earth sign. Or maybe this is knowing what you want and it's being stable. Knowing that you have these cups back here, even though you're not paying attention to them. Fighting for this marriage, fighting for this relationship. Changing the things about yourself throughout the situation where you might have left, they might have left. Going to see them. There's heartbreak here over another person, maybe. Someone might have had a child. Someone might have lost a child. I see with the Wheel of Fortune moving in your favor about a move that you want to make away from something. There's an investment here. There's a new beginning, but there's going to be an ending as well, maybe with an air sign. Putting the time in, realizing that some things just really aren't worth fighting about anymore and moving away from that. Literally a physical move for some of you into happiness because there's something that you can't change here and you need to speak your truth about it. So your life can change in a new direction. Maybe you're going to be getting a job, but I think that the way that you're thinking is going to be changing. And this idea that you have about money is a good one, Pisces. So do it. I think you're afraid of losing money again. I don't think you're going to. What are the messages for the sign of Scorpio for October 2018? I think that in this independence and working together with another person, there's going to be a decision made. But what you might not see because you're angry and you want to lash out is that this is being guided. And I think that you're not talking about it, but maybe there's someone who does want to have a conversation about how things were in the past and why they did the things that they did. They didn't want to see things about themselves that were kind of fucked up, and maybe they didn't notice the damage that they had done in this situation. Because you guys were really happy at one point. I see soulmate energy here with happiness, but it's also about a new beginning, and maybe it's time to tell someone that you're married to that you are going to have a new beginning with someone else, or that you want to have a new beginning with them. Some of you guys are married to someone who is working on themselves, but there's been a lot of damage done here. And I think that you're ready to cut them out of your life. But at the same time, it's like you're still waiting for them to get their shit together, but they still haven't moved out of the, you know, I think that you see the person that they could be, but it's like they haven't really made this move for themselves in your life. They haven't made any movements. I do see them working on themselves or another situation, but there's a new beginning here, but who is it going to be with? I see endings and new beginnings. Moving away from people who can't make a decision maybe about what they want. There's a lesson that some of you guys are going to be learning. Maybe you're going to be teaching someone something in your life. But I think that there's healing here. That you're not really talking to your soulmate. Maybe that there is no communication with them, but that's because if you did talk to them, the things you would say probably wouldn't be very nice. So you're kind of sitting back and paying attention and trusting your intuition. Some of you guys just want to be happy. Some of you guys are going to have really good things coming into your life. You're going to be offering your love to someone who is passionate about you and moving forward. You know, there's money, there's love, but it's leaving this energy behind. You know, your headspace is changing. I don't think that there's going to be so many mental conflicts over what you're doing. I think that there's going to be more clarity. Some of you guys are dealing with an air sign who's not talking to you because maybe they're more worried about money and stability. Some of you guys are going to be reuniting with someone, a soulmate, and the Wheel of Fortune will be moving in your favor. Maybe with this air sign. You guys care a lot about someone, but I think that it took you walking away from someone for them to notice, for them to kind of balance themselves out and make this decision to move forward, whether it's in or out of a marriage, I'm not sure, or a relationship. Love being offered in an equal situation. Maybe they're at a distance from you. Maybe they're working on themselves or working a lot, period. But I see new beginnings and love. Some of you guys will be moving physically, having a conversation with someone, maybe a Scorpio, but I think that there were some things maybe with a child, a situation that happened unexpectedly. Someone you're kind of being defensive with or about are the magician of your life, but you're not really sure what to manifest at this point. You're trying to make a decision, but you just don't want to fight about it anymore. And I think that there's going to be an ending to this toxic cycle that was here with an earth sign. Victory after, you know, finding your strength, having this victory, because you guys are going to be coming aware of something to know the direction that you want to go. Having this clarity for your life, taking a major change of direction, but it's going to involve a decision about what it is that you want. Some of you guys aren't talking about it, but some of you guys are moving away from a situation where maybe you didn't know what you wanted. Maybe you're healing yourselves and learning your lessons that you needed to about love and focusing on the wrong things, not noticing what you had in your life. I think that some of you guys need to have a conversation about your feelings, even though you don't want to. You'd rather say like this, hanging from a tree, because it hurts you or you've been hurt. There's a situation involving a child for some of you, or maybe this is about after this heartbreak. This is what it took for you to become the empress of your own life, to bring this stability in your life, and you're going to be having clarity about this. Walking away from some drama, fighting for a soulmate for some of you. Maybe letting some people help you at your job, or helping other people at your job, making a decision, especially when it comes to being left or whatever financial situation this is. Maybe there will be a decision at your job, but I think I do see independence and like money coming in, but there are some things that have to go, and it might be a new job for some of you. Some of you guys just are losing in a situation where you're losing and you're trying to wait it out, but I do see something new coming in, but it might involve you leaving. Some of you guys are walking away from an earth sign that you at one point did love. This could be a connection that's divinely guided, but when you wait it out about what makes you happy, somebody else brought you this happiness and invested in you and brought you this cup of love, I think. So that's why you guys are moving forward, away from this bored energy, away from this mental conflict, away from people who won't have a conversation with you. And when they do, they're really fucked up. Stability and things coming back. Some of you, it's a soulmate. The Wheel of Fortune moving in your favor when it comes to a decision or a conversation. I think that you're in the right place, and that it's okay to just kind of let the universe take over now, because you're kind of back on your seat here, and you know what you want. And that means walking away from things to stabilize yourself, to have a stable relationship, making a decision.